I'm Marnie Uhl, your host with the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce, along with Mark Stone here, Gloria Gross, and the rest of the team here at the Prescott Valley Chamber. We're glad you're joining us for what I call is our overlap show. We're finishing up 2016, and by the time we get the new show started, we're already into 2017. So we're going to look back at a couple of great things that have happened this year with our guests, and then kind of look forward what 2017 might look like in our community. And as you know, Prescott Valley is the fastest growing community. What is it? The youngest growing community and the best community in the state of Arizona. So speaking as a Chamber of Commerce person, that's what we do, promote the community. But we've got some great support here. We've got some great people that'll be presenting today. So first off, it is my pleasure to introduce our mayor, the Honorable Harvey Skoog. Welcome, Mayor. It's always good to see you. And, happy holidays to you.
Well, thank you, Marnie. Well, I sure appreciate that introduction. I can remember when our Chamber of Commerce director stood up before the town of Prescott Valley and asked for our help a little bit. She said they needed $5,000. That was about 30 years ago. And things have sure changed. At that point, of course, we only had 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 people. Today we're about 45,000. I believe Richard can explain that better than I can. I just had just picked up my comprehensive financial report. Our fiscal year is June 30th. I haven't had time to study the details yet, but I think it's safe to say that we've had a pretty good year of it. A lot of building, a lot of commercial, a lot of residential, more apartments coming in, and even more streets, although we're a little bit behind on streets and roads, so we got a lot of work to do there. Thankfully, we have an outstanding police department, too. They're being upgraded. There's some issues. We did fall behind on things like neighborhood services, neighborhood watch, rather. But the police department is going to do more of those kind of services, too. Thankfully, our crime rate has remained relatively low. We wish it could be zero. But I guess that's life. It's not going to be there. I was looking through some of the details of the report. Our police, for example, to mention them, accidents are down a little bit. Crime rate is down fairly significantly, and that surprises me, but that's always good news. Both Part 1 and Part 2 crimes are down. And we keep pushing real hard to have a nice, safe community. On our other departments, of course, Richard will go into the Department of the Code Enforcement, Community Development, all those good things, and he can talk. And there's something that's very visible to the community. They see new houses come up. What can you say? Financially, we're in good shape. We're pushing for having an extra $800,000 put in a reserve. We'd like to get up over 20 million. We're about 17 million right now, which is a fair reserve, not as good as we'd like. We had really a long, extended economic slowdown, and it wasn't until about the last quarter where the economy started picking up. Usually it picks up after a recession almost immediately. Well, this took about 7 years for it to pick up. And the awkwardness is that family income was down for many years, down about anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 per family, per household. Well, you take that money that circulates about 3, 4, 5 times to a community. That $4,000, for example, would be the median. That would be equivalent of $16,000 or $18,000 money that would have otherwise triggered sales tax. So our growth, financial accumulation of reserves has been a little slower than we had anticipated, but it's always been positive, and it's more positive now that the economy is picking up again. Other than that, I think we're going to have a beautiful year next year. Our police department is getting up to speed. Community development is in great shape. Our finance department is doing an outstanding job. Our employee attrition is low. We're running about 85% employee retention, and that's far better than most communities. And all in all, we're in great shape. We have an outstanding town manager, outstanding staff, and thankfully for my part, the council I work with is just great. I'm not sure if there's anything more I can add to it, but I think we've done a super job. Marnie is just great with the Chamber of Commerce, and I think we're going to have just an outstanding year. Anything else, Marnie?
Anybody have any questions?
Any questions, anybody? If not, we're going to move on to next one, whoever that may be. Thank you,
I think
Marnie.
so much of the quality of the community is thanks to your leadership and our council members. So again, thank you
Appreciate
for everything
that.
you do, and our council and our leadership. So
Well,
here's to 2017.
It's people like you that make it work. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Mayor. Mayor Arbuscoot, thank you. Okay, one of the biggest stories that came out of 2016 was a new tenant for the Prescott Valley Event Center. And joining me now is Tom Patterson. He's the Director of Sales and Marketing with our very own Northern Arizona Suns. Welcome, Tom. You were the biggest, probably, story of Prescott Valley if you're going to start putting them down on 1, 2s, and 3s. So welcome.
We
Glad to have you.
appreciate that. Thank you for all the hospitality. And this is an extremely hospitable area. We are very proud to be here. It's been a great start. So far, we have started 10-2 as far as our record on the court. We're very fortunate to be in the area and have the team that we do as well. We have a great roster. We have a lot of players that have a bright future, hopefully one day in the NBA. We have a few players on our roster as well that have played in the NBA previously, Johnny O'Bryant and Elijah Millsap. And thank you. They've really done a phenomenal job as far as helping lead a very young roster, and that's what the Development League is all about. For those that don't know, we are the Suns' exclusive and only minor league team, developmental league team, and you'll have a lot of players who are trying to make their way into the NBA long term. They need to get time on the court, and this is a place for them to do it. Essentially about 40% of the guys that played in the NBA playoffs last year have experience in this league. So it's a very high caliber of athleticism as well as competition. And we've been fortunate to be on the winning end of a lot of that competition going on at the Prescott Valley Event Center. So definitely in the second half of the season, come out and watch these guys. We've got a great nucleus of players, a lot of guys that you'll see down in Phoenix later on playing for the Suns. And the other big carrot that we have to offer up fans in this area is you're going to get to see players that are currently on the Phoenix Suns roster come up and play for us, whether that be a Tyler Uhl or an Alan Williams. We have a high flyer on our team that has superb athleticism by the name of Derek Jones, who's actually on Phoenix Suns roster. And he's been playing with us all year. Generally, he provides us with one of the highlights for the NBA, not only for us, but also for the NBA Developmental League on a nightly basis. So he's pretty incredible to watch. So make sure to come out and do that. Very affordable for families to come out. We have tickets that start as low as $9. We still have season tickets available that start as low as $8 a game for a little bit better seat. I definitely would encourage you to come out and give us a test drive at least in the second half of the year. We're going to have a lot of really fun themes that go on. We'll have NASCAR night. We'll also have a military and veterans appreciation night. And thanks to one of our phenomenal sponsors, YRMC Hospital, we're going to have Breast Cancer Awareness Night. That's going to be on March 3rd. And I have a good feeling that we'll have the place packed over the Prescott Valley Event Center for that game. So appreciate the support so far of not only the business community, who has really, really stepped up, but also from individuals. And all of the feedback that we have received has been extremely positive, and I'm sure that that's going to carry over in the second half of the season. So we really appreciate it, the support and the hospitality as well. So thank you, Marnie. Appreciate it.
Great. How does somebody get tickets?
Yeah, actually you can go online, nazsuns.com. That's the easiest place to see all of the ticket options that we have to offer. If you want to walk up and try for one game, the box office is open each game day, selling individual game tickets for that night. Any other questions?
I'll get back up there. I know, because I'm fortunate to be a season ticket holder. We got started right away to support the team, and what I found is it's like the best couple hours I spend anywhere now. And I was never a basketball fan. I grew up with it and had boyfriends that played and stuff like that. Yeah. But to watch these fellows play is incredible. Incredible basketball. I know Bill and Gloria go all the time. Many of us see each other there, and it is top notch. And it's right here in our arena, the event center, that's so close. You're just part of the action.
Yeah.
Nothing is that far away or up in the nosebleed section. There's no nosebleed section.
Yeah.
So, you're looking for something to get involved in or make a plan. It's your New Year's resolutions or what new and exciting things you want to bring into your life as you look at 2017. I would consider, attending a few basketball games.
Sure.
Come see our games or get some season tickets, like you said.
That would be great.
$8 a game if you get a bunch and make a family plan.
Absolutely.
Because it's a lot of fun.
But to echo what you said there, you hear it a lot that there's not a bad seat in the house for a lot of arenas. Really, for here, it is a very intimate place to watch a basketball game from, whether you're in the lower bowl or you're down on the floor in the cool place to be seen. There's not a bad
social
seat
thing
there.
too.
It is a social thing there. So,
But I tell you though, I said it was a social thing for me to go. It was even back in the days when we had the hockey, the social thing. But now I am riveted to the game once the play starts. It's all about the game now. And I've kind of given up that social part of it because I have more fun cheering and watching that great athleticism they have. And when he talks about flying, who is he?
Derek Jones Jr.
I'm not sure it's about wings or he's got springs for feet. Richard?
10 and 2, you've got a very good record. Where do you stand in the standings for the league?
We are number one overall, and that was coming on the heels of a loss last night. We are still number one overall in the entire NBA Developmental League. So, knock on wood, the streak will continue as far as our winning percentage, and we'll be playing playoff basketball at the Event Center in early April.
And is there likewise a championship game?
There is. There will be a championship tournament. It's a tournament that hopefully we'll be able to host a few games for. Yeah, absolutely.
Yay! Well, Tom,
man.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank
to all Northern Arizona Sons, welcome to Prescott Valley. We're glad you're here. Looking forward to 2017 and continuing what we started this year and its excitement at the Prescott Valley Event Center. Okay, well, I'm bringing up my next guest, the man who knows everything that's happening in the community. I go to him for all my inside scoops. And then he doesn't tell me anything. But I bring him on TV and put him on the spot. Richard Parker, Community Development Manager of the town of Prescott Valley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Or hello.
And welcome to the latter part of 2016. I, too, am very, very impressed and enjoy basketball here in Prescott Valley. And it's kind of interesting. I had the opportunity, and Harvey was kind enough to recognize me last week for my employment here for 20 years.
Congratulations.
Harvey talked about the tenure of the employees. There's a reason why people like me stay here. It's because the government that runs the town of Prescott Valley has a great deal of sanity, and I'm able to encourage people to come invest their money in Prescott Valley because the processes that I administer are predictable. If you follow the town's general plan, if you come to a community with a project that you want to develop, I have the best job in the world because I am here from the government to truly help you make that happen. And that's really important when a business community comes into a community and wants to invest their hard-earned capital. They have choices. They can go to various communities, and we hope that we can land them with our very sane systems and the predictability of the outcome of the process. As a result of that, as Harvey touched on, we have seen a very large resurgence in new apartments. Over 500 units have been approved over the course of the last year. And many of those will be coming out first and second quarter of 2017. Talking Glass Apartments is in downtown. It'll be a different product than we have any place else in the town of Prescott Valley. There'll be luxury apartments, and just think of, right across the street from the event center, you can go see a basketball game, walk to shop, walk to restaurants, and then walk right back to your house without having to get into your automobile. Very consistent with the town's general plan and the specific area plan for downtown. Have that density, have that 24/7 opportunity to live, work, and play in downtown Prescott Valley. Other projects, Navajo Commons, over 200 units as well, and then the marketplace up by the Liberty Kia, where there's going to be additional apartments as well. We're on track this year to approach 500 residential building permits. Those are new houses. with that comes new people. So as Harvey pointed out, we're over 45,000 persons. If that statistic continues, and we do get sales tax from obviously the first-time sales of homes, it may be a rosier prediction financially for the town of Prescott Valley. The mayor and council are very conservative regarding their predictions, and I think it's worked very, very well for the community. Also interesting, you drive out Glassford Hill Road, you look to the left north of the existing Granville, north and west, and Phase 10 of Granville is currently under construction. They hope to have lots available in March. That's probably the most beautiful part of the Granville project. And putting a timeline on Granville, it actually was approved in 1999. They didn't start selling lots until late 2001. So putting again that in perspective, they've really seen quite a bit of velocity after the Great Recession, and we're very happy to have Joe Contadino and Universal Homes here in the town of Prescott Valley. Likewise, Pronghorn Ranch is expanding to the north. People who drive out, they've run out of lot inventory, so they're moving with the market to try to meet that market demand. We also have Glassford Heights, which is a large project west of current Granville, which will be under construction, I'm told, the first quarter of 2017. That'll be up to 3,800 total units within the town of Prescott Valley, so you see that population continuing to grow. I suggest that the mayor and council are doing something right, because people want to continue to move here and live here in Prescott Valley. And it is a wonderful place to live and work. I want to work no place other than Prescott Valley in my stage of my career. And I've had a lot of really good things accrue to me professionally because of my association with the town of Prescott Valley. A couple of things that are in the offing. I'm oftentimes asked, when will Chick-fil-A come to the town of Prescott Valley? Chick-fil-A will break ground in the Crossroads development in 2017. I'm told the first quarter of 2017. For those at home who enjoy Chick-fil-A, we will have that fast food restaurant open in 2017. They have actually got approved building permits. They haven't pulled them. They have purchased the land underneath it. And I know Donna, your president of the chamber, is going to take me to lunch there the day after it opens. We're going to see expansion of another market that has really been full. Like apartments, the apartment response grew out of a very strong market demand. You can't hardly find an apartment in Prescott Valley because they're all full. Likewise, rental houses, you can't hardly find a rental house because they're all full. So as a result of that, people who are investing will invest then in the market to bring a product forward that the market will respond to. We've had a very robust time in Prescott Valley seeing development of manufactured homes. Orchard Ranch developed an additional area for manufactured homes, and in a period of 2 years, they've sold them all, and they're all rented out. So there's yet another market. So you're going to see in the coming months additional expansion of Orchard Park, approximately 4 times its current size or capacity. And likewise, because of that going forward, you're going to have competition in the market. Others are going to want to come in and bring that same kind of product to market because they believe that they can either have a portion of that market or they can actually perform better. And we're going to be seeing that. I would also predict, and I expect, that you'll see a national builder, national recognized builder, large builder, come and do business in the Prescott Valley environs. And a lot of that, again, has to do with the planning that the town council and mayor have done towards providing resources that can accommodate new growth and development. I hear all the time people talking about, well, we're running out of water, and I'm going to tell you over and over that is not the case. The town of Prescott Valley has a very robust water portfolio, has worked to develop and manage that portfolio well beyond the 20 years that I've been here. To the extent that there is adequate water supplies into the future for this community to grow well in excess of 100,000 persons with existing water supplies. And that comes because the town has worked on recharge programs, and all the water that goes into your home, 80% of that water is flushed down to the wastewater treatment facility, and that water goes back into the ground after being treated to a high level and is provided credits for future water supply. So as we have maximized the use of our water, maximized the utility of that water, it has presented future opportunities for growth and development in Prescott Valley, and that will continue into the future, letting future leaders of this community decide if they want to grow the community that larger or not. Other communities in the arid Southwest have not done as well as Prescott Valley in managing those resources, so they won't be able to seize on those opportunities in the future. It will be, in my view, a very fantastic year in 2017, drawing comparisons to 2009 in the depths of the Great Recession. This month, December of 2009, my office issued one residential new start building permit. This month we're going to be on target to do about 44. By contrast, during the great run-up and prior to the recession, we were doing about 150 residential starts a month. I don't wish for that kind of volume to return. That was a little crazy. The wheels were starting to come off, but I would predict that the growth and development will continue to expand into the near future, and certainly 2017 is going to be, in my view, a robust year. Marnie, do you have any questions or anybody else regarding future growth and development? I'm hoping at some point we start to see, again, a resurgence of commercial development. Greg Pfister, who was our economic development manager, who recently retired and now looks like a curmudgeon. You won't recognize him because of the beard that he's grown. He was very successful in bringing over 1 million square feet of retail development into the town of Prescott Valley. And that's the gift that keeps on giving. One thing that the mayor and council has established is a policy for replacement of excise tax, in this case a surcharge on apartments. So apartments will also be generating revenues towards the budget, which is unusual in most circumstances. But with that, I'm really glad I work here. I'm really glad that I have a mayor and a council and a manager that work so hard to serve the public here in Prescott Valley. Thank you.
Richard, we're glad to have you here too, and thank you for sharing that with, the increased population with the apartments and the new homes and people moving here, increased need for services, the retail sector grows and the commercial sector grows. And then they're buying basketball tickets there, Tom. So, another advantage of, Prescott Valley's, positive and yet sustainable growth that we're looking forward to in 2017. Okay, as I said before when I opened this show, our last speaker and guest is none other than our chairwoman of the board for the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce, someone we're very proud to have lead us as we work on behalf of the business community, our membership, and the community at large, Donna Laxon.
Hello. As chairwoman of the board of directors and a local business manager at 1AZ Credit Union, also a resident of Prescott Valley, I've seen such exciting new growth in our beautiful community that we all live in. I am looking forward to that continuing in 2017, and the Chamber is committed to its mission of supporting and encouraging economic prosperity and a positive quality of life, thanks to those who lead our wonderful community. 2017 begins with our 11th Business Academy, and that starts on January 24th. This is an 8-week business basics education course, and it's open to all business people in our area. We will continue our regular fun events the Chamber always puts on during 2017, and that will be Prescott Valley Days, and that will be on April 27th to the 30th. Team Up to Clean Up, which is my personal favorite, on May 6th. Battle of the Bands will be on May 20th. And our annual golf tournament is going to be on June 3rd. Should be a little warmer this year. We welcome you to stop by the Chamber of Commerce and get to know the wonderful group of people who work here. Our staff is here to help and support your business with the many programs that we provide. So on behalf of the Chamber Board of Directors, its staff, and volunteers, we wish you a happy holiday and a prosperous new year. Thank you so much.
See, we're not letting Donna go. Our terms are on a fiscal year, so she is leading us until June 30th, and so she's done an amazing job, and we've had a lot of fun so far. So it's been great. If I could have, my staff and volunteers to come up here, please, so you might know who they are as we continue to work. I've got Gloria Gross here is our events and operations manager. Barbara Clark's one of our volunteers. If you're looking to volunteer at the Chamber of Commerce, I think maybe she finds it a good place to be, Barbara.
Very much so.
And Bill Gross is our visitor center manager and kind of oversees all the operations in our visitor center and also does all the radio and television scheduling that we do so much of and that we're so pleased to be able to do this. And then myself is the CEO and so we just want to wish you a very happy holidays, joyous holidays, a very prosperous new year. We're going to be back. I want to thank Mark Stone and Dwayne Prince for all the work they do for us, getting us together and putting on Hot Topics every month because it's our opportunity to bring what's going on in the community to you. So thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful, as I say, joyous holiday season. A very happy new year. We'll see you in 2017.